this time I'm going to talk about the next chapter. We're moving on, work and kinetic energy. So this is the first question, and it's kind of like a not really good one, but it's like a basic question. So you can copy or you can write it down in your paper or wherever you like before we start. This is a picture of the question. Alright, so we're gonna read out the question. The two ropes seen in the figures are used to lower a 255 kilogram piano 5 meters from a second story window to the ground. So the first question is, how much work is done by each of the three forces? The second question is, what's the net work done on the piano? And third question is, how fast will the piano be moving right when it's touched the ground if it starts from rest? Okay, so it was given 255 kilogram is mass. Okay, so it's given mass is 255 kilogram. Okay, and a piano 5 meter is distance, so D is 5 meter. Okay, distance to the dawn, and we got what here is T1. So T1 is 1830 Newton, and T2. So T2 is 1295 Newton. Okay. So we're gonna go on the first question. How much work is done by each of the three forces? So we have the equation W equal to half mv squared. This is the next equation. The first equation is W equal to mgd. So when this W equal to mgd is, I find this forces first. Okay, this force is going down, so they have a gravity mg, and then they have a distance here because the question is given the distance. So we plug in the number 255, g is 9.8, d is 5. Okay, so what do we got? Excuse me. So 255, 9.8, 5. So we got 12495. So I don't want the 1, 2, 3, 4. So I will write 12495 into 10^4 joule. Okay, you can write 12495 whatever you like. That is the same. Okay, and I'm gonna move on the first question. How much work is done by each of the three forces? So I will done this force first. Okay, and then we're gonna find that this force first, T1. So there's another equation. W equal to F into D into sine theta. They have another kind of equation. The reason why I take sine theta is this angle is always changes. Okay, if the direction is on the x-axis, it's going to change cos theta. If the direction is on the y-axis, it's change sine theta. So because it's obviously we can see T1 is on the y-axis. Okay, that's why we write a sign. So we just plug in the numbers. Forces, force 1 is 1830. So D is 5, and sine theta. So this angle sine theta is 60 degree. So we just calculate 18305 into sine 60. 7924.13. So I'll write 7.924 into 10 power 3 joule. Okay, and must not be. And we finished the W1, and now we're going to move W2. Same thing, same equation is on the y-axis, so we write sine theta. So first do is 1295, D is sine 45. So when we calculate 125 into 5, sine 45, so we got this 4578.51. So 2, 3, 4.578 into 10 power 3 joule. Okay. So we are calculate for the first question all work done. We're gonna move from the second question. What is the net work done on the piano? So W net, if you want to find all four net force, we just combine W1 plus W2 plus W. Okay, this is WG. Okay, so W1 is 7.924 into 10 power 3. From this one is they have a negative sign here because the force is acting on that side because the angle is less. So that's why we write it the negative sign. So this is minus 4.578 into 10 power 3 plus 1.245 into 10 power 4. So what do we got? Point into 10 power 3 I don't know how 0.578 into 10 power. It's also 10 power 3. Power 3 plus 1.2495 into 10 power 4. So we got 15841 joule. My calculation might be wrong, so you have to double check with your calculator or with your AI. Okay, so C is how fast the piano is moving the right when it's touched the ground if it starts from the rest. Okay, so how fast is the piano? So we want V. It's asking for velocity. So there's an equation. W net is equal to delta K is equal to half mv square final minus half m red, so this is the red. It started from the red, so that's why the initial is 0. Is 0. Okay. So half m is 255 v squared. W net is here 15845. So v squared is you will get v is equal to 0.20 meter per second. Okay. So alright, this answer I might be wrong. I'm not saying I'm right. So if you have any question about the question, this problem, you can ask your professor or your EI or whatever you like. My calculation might be wrong, so I just sharing you guys. Alright, I see you in the next video. Peace.